So what is posture and why is it important? Posture is basically the alignment of the four primary load-bearing joints, the ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders, aligned vertically, horizontally, and front to back. Or technically, we'd say on the frontal plane, the transverse plane, and the sagittal plane. Postural integrity is a sign that the body is operating according to nature's design. Basically, any deviation from this alignment, this sound blueprint of the body's engineering, is something we'd be looking to handle to reduce pain or to improve function and health and improve performance. There's a saying we have, treat the position of the body, not the condition of the body. In other words, when we restore posture, we provide the environment for the body to heal from chronic pain and injury, as opposed to chasing symptoms, as too much of our healthcare system is prone to do. So how does the structure get out of alignment in the first place? It can be a number of causes, but usual reasons are sedentary lifestyle, repetitive movements and bad habits, and injuries, the usual suspects. Here's an example. A person is sitting at their desk, the hip flexors stay on to hold up the trunk, but the larger muscles of the legs, like the quads and glutes, switch off. The body works on a use it or lose it basis to conserve energy, right? The lumbar curve will often collapse and the shoulders and thoracic round forward. If a person is in this position for several hours and then they get up to walk, they're often going to be walking with their adductors, their feet turned out, as opposed to engaging the primary movers of the legs. They might still have the C-shaped posture of the desk worker. Then they go to a workout class after leaving the office, right, without realigning, and wonder why they get injured. Sometimes you get someone blowing out their knee, just bending over to pick something up, bending over to pick up a pillow or something. They think, the damn pillow. They curse the pillow. The problem was not the pillow. The problem was the body you brought to that movement. The pillow was just the very last final straw. If your shoulders are always in an anterior position, think driving, being on your phone, being on your computer, video games, so on, is it any surprise you have rounded shoulders? Now, that person reaches for something overhead or does something vigorous like a butterfly pull-up or something, and they wonder why they blow out their shoulder or tear their rotator cuff. It's the body you're bringing to the movement. So what's the lesson here? The muscles are almost always the boss. Your muscles are pulling the structure, pulling the skeleton out of alignment. They can put it back into alignment. Often people will come in and say, I have one leg longer than the other. My doctor told me I have one leg longer than the other. It's rarely the case that, say, one femur is actually longer than the other. What they usually mean is one hip is elevated and misaligned. Further, the site of a person's pain is not usually the site of the problem. So although someone might have shoulder pain, the true source of that pain may come from hip dysfunction. So we've got to approach the source of the problem, not just chase symptoms. And we locate the source by looking at the body as a whole, looking at the postural deviations, looking at the dysfunctions and compensations of the body. As I said, the good news is that if the muscles are taking the body out of alignment, the muscles can put the body back into alignment. Ultimately, your body was designed to do all sorts of varied movements, running, hanging, rotating, reaching, jumping. Your body should be able to veer a long way from alignment as long as you return to a place of postural integrity. Does that mean that you should just push through pain, go join CrossFit? For a lot of people, no, not necessarily. That's probably not going to work. Postural work is a foundation. That's your foundation. It's your basis for more vigorous movement. If you try and just slam through and throw a lot of weight around, the problem is you are often going to be training in the dysfunction, training in the compensations with not good results. So we align the body before we stress the body. That is done through a precise program of light resistance, stretching, range of motion work, passive poses that treat the body as a whole, not just chase symptoms. This gets the muscles that should be turned on but aren't engaged, and the muscles that are overactive released. Postural work is not necessarily the most exciting, vigorous work, but it's precise, and it is your foundation to safely perform other more vigorous work. And for many people, it is very challenging in itself. So, what is the reward for improved posture? It is being able to do the things you love, getting back to a life of movement, of escaping chronic pain, of picking up the kids, and so on. For me, as someone in my mid-40s, that means playing rugby, surfing, doing all these sorts of things pain-free. Lastly, I'll just say, this might sound cheesy, but posture is a journey, not a destination. It's not something you reach after a few weeks and then you're done. It's not a painting that you finish and then you can just stand back and enjoy it. Like all physical wellness, it takes some work, but the rewards are, I think, worthwhile.